Like I remember folks used to come up to my aunt's property and be like, "Yo, can we fish in your creek?" And we were like, "Yes," at first, but then we went down there and they weren't even like giving the fish a chance to get away. They would like stand right over it and do boom and like just fucking, make it spirit. It's like you're not even giving it. It's not hunting. If the other one, it's not hunting. So I went to see Trevor Noah, and he had an opener who made a really funny joke to me. He was talking about folks hunting in North Carolina and just the South in general, and he was like, and like how people put that on Sports Center and shit. And take pictures next to the thing they hunted. And he was like, "Yo, is it really a sport if the other team doesn't know they're playing?" I thought that was really good. If you're just standing above them with a fucking spear, that's not fishing. Give it a chance to say you actually are a good fisher or not.
Can't look in the eyes of my brother without shedding a tear.
Hey, yo. I heard somebody say once, and no disrespect to him at all. They said, Drink Champs is one of the most important podcasts for the culture, but Nori was a trash rapper, and we all need to accept that.
Yeah. I thought everybody agreed with that. That's pretty much the consensus.
I feel like everybody around him acts like he was super dope.
Yeah,
he got some songs, but I'm like,
they do.
I can't say his delivery.
I don't remember him too much because of Nori.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take this back to the whole legend debate. We had our difficulties with Snoop. Can we all agree that Nori is not getting that legendary status?
That is not even the same conversation.
I just want to make sure.
Now, here's the thing.
If there was a Hall of Fame, he would not be there.
If Nori was in jail, we do not need to print some T-shirts, all right?
I mean, do I know any Nori lyrics? No. But I know on his video is when I learned about Booty Doo. That's why I learned this dance right here. And one of the most iconic choruses.
Which one?
I think we was singing it here before.
Yeah. Yo,
I can't even think of it right now. Honestly.
I came to party.
I came to party.
Your girl was looking at me. She's a haggler. No, I'm not jacking her.
Yeah, and I want you to
start asking if it wasn't what you trying to do for real.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't Neptunes. If it wasn't for them, I mean, he would. I'm not sure he would have a career.
I wonder if Pharrell wrote some of his verses though. I feel like back then Pharrell was likely writing a lot of people's verses for those songs.
Mm-hmm. I know he's producing. I don't know much about his ghostwriting catalog.
I don't think Nori would have anybody write his lyrics, but I don't know.
I think he did write his own stuff and all of that. I have no comment on his ability to be an MC. I just thought that was a funny thing to say. But yo, welcome. Welcome to another episode of the InforMILLy Honest Podcast. We're so glad to see you here or listening. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Tell your friends. Tell your people it's on like, hey man, every week, Monday, sometimes Tuesday, I tune in to the InforMILLy Honest Podcast. And you got to get in with these guys, man. They fucking hilarious, and they talk about that real shit. And by real shit, we mean probably some shit that you ain't gonna hear about on other podcasts.
Dang, exclusive.
So tell your friends. But if it is your first time and you are one of those friends that got put on,
that's when it's something.
We are four brothers from the middle neighborhood of Gary, Indiana, that come together to converse about this thing called life, random shit in the news, occasionally your current events. And no matter where the conversation goes, we're going to pride ourselves and we're going to make sure that we hold true to making sure that every piece of that conversation is forthright, it's vulnerable, and as the title suggests, it's InforMILLy honest. So, fellas, another week's gone by. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Seeing the Bears torch Bill Belichick's defense.
Yo, I saw the score. I didn't watch the game, but I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Bears tore into the Patriots.
Yeah. I mean, not that Patriots are
They
great
should
or
have
anything,
saved.
but still.
They should have saved some of those points for future games.
For Dallas. Yeah. Next week is gonna not be the same, but that's cool.
Who they playing next week?
Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Yeah, their defense is pretty good. So I mean, we'll see.
Saw some folks on Twitter giving Tom Brady some shit about how they lost, and he was like, "Yo, you should have just retired, man. You should have just kept your girl and retired. Now y'all got spanked." But I'm doing all right, man. Yo, I was excited to be able to take a little trip to North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina, to be exact. I love that little what feels still like a small town. And we went during like peak leaf season, so everything is you're getting to see all the leaf changes. Yeah, it's beautiful, and like you only get that for a very short period down here. So it reminded me of home, man.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
Home is in Indiana. That should be clear.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. How am I doing this week? So far, so good. Still getting ready for this show next weekend, November 5th, Auditorium Theater, Deep Theater Dance Theater, come through. Yeah, so my hip that's been giving me some issues for a while is still not doing great. But overall, I feel a little less shitty. We'll see. Every time I say that, the next day is always tragic. So, because right now we're doing this particular ballet. By ballet, I mean like this particular piece, dance work, what have you. It's 15 minutes and you going the whole 15. And mind you, I've done stuff that's been an hour plus that haven't been this taxing.
Like one piece, that's an hour? Just continuous?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Yes. Why would I?
You don't dance the whole time, at least in that one. We didn't dance the whole time, but you're on stage the whole time.
Oh, okay.
And it
like damn, can I get an intermission?
Yeah.
Hey, time out.
It varies. So like, one person will do a solo, then it'll be like some group work, and then it'll be a duet, and then maybe that goes into a trio. It will move around like that. But you could be doing a solo that could be like 5 to 8 minutes in itself. And so yeah. Yeah, but all in all, excited for the show. It's gonna be cool. Excited for people to see it. A lot of hard work going into it. So let's jump into the subject.
Yo, dude, does anybody live stream those at this point?
We would at one point. Especially the last time we live streamed was probably 2020, maybe 2021. But we haven't done that because in this particular theater, the costs are fucking outrageous.
Gotcha.
And so it's one thing that and because it's a union house, and if I say it correctly, and if I don't, don't come after me, Auditorium Theater. What it was like it already cost some odd tens of probably more thousands of dollars to hire the crew for the workday. If you say that you're going to do video footage for more than archival, like more than just one camera, no one touches the camera, and that cannot be used for any promotion whatsoever. If they do anything more than that, then they charge you for an entire workday.
Okay.
In order, because that's
playing around.
So pretty much what you were already paying them to be at work in the first place, they charge you double that in order to operate cameras, etc.
Yeah. So you dealing with people who know their worth, huh? They're like
unions, fucking unions.
Yeah.
And so
unions are very interesting. They're very necessary, and I get them. But I'm a non-union employee, but we hire union employees for like carpenters and stuff like that. And it's interesting seeing like the different energies, I guess. Because and I say it because they have a lot of like rules that you got to follow, like get certain breaks, certain lengths of breaks and certain, which it's just interesting because like on the other side, the non-union folks, we're just like just expected to just go out there. All right, go out there and work.
That's so true, bro. You see motherfuckers in the union who don't even smoke, who take smoke breaks. They have to like, whatever I gotta do, dog. Whatever I gotta do, I deserve this. Son.
Yeah.
Hey, I believe in that. I believe in that. I don't think that smokers should have an extra advantage because they want to, because they
I agree.
are addicted to nicotine.
Yeah, like,
that's just a fact. Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy though, because if you calculate like the average smoker's breaks, it's probably like an hour of breaks. So they're coming to work for like 8 hours, but they're getting their lunch break and they're getting their hours of smoke. It's like,
so there's one guy. You only work 6.
Yeah, because there's this one guy that, I leave the office a lot just because of my job. I'm dropping stuff, equipment and stuff off to different places. Right. Almost every time I come out the door, this dude's out there smoking. Like, what do you do? And then he'll smoke. He'll walk around the building kind of as just a, I don't know, full experience, I guess. Well, this dude's out here taking walks. Like,
hey, cigarette, like hold up a cigarette.
Hey, don't worry. Exactly. And if you smoke 5 to 6 cigarettes a shift, that's not really unusual. And each one of your breaks is 10 minutes. That's 50 to 60 minutes a shift.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It should be like it should be a limit to how many cigarettes you can smoke for sure, man. It's like, fam, but you still gotta work.
I don't care as long as I can go outside and eat a little bag of chips. Then we're good. And that's what I used to do in my old job. I literally take a little bag of Doritos and I would go outside and I would just sit on the little picnic table for 10 minutes and I'll go back inside. This is my smokeless smoke break. And no one was like, and people was like, I mean, can't argue with the guy. Like,
yeah, what can you say? Like,
I should have taken more advantage.
Nicotine?
I didn't do it 6 times a day either, though. So I mean, that's the difference. Like 3 times a week. The little 25-cent bags of chips.
When they decriminalize weed, I just want to know how that's gonna go down. Like, smoke federally.
Oh man!
I'm talking about smoke breaks after.
Folks gonna be hovering in back to. Folks gonna be flying back.
Yeah, they're gonna be like 20 minutes late, like coming back.
Floating, bro.
My big thing is if you can still do your job effectively, doesn't matter what you're smoking.
As long as you can,
relatively speaking. Like, I mean, don't go do crystal.
Yeah. That should get kicked out the union for sure.
Most of the drugs they doing is meth anyway. Them drugs that they claim are other things are meth.
Oh yeah. Like Adderall, heroin. It's pretty much
Molly, meth. All that stuff. They just
MDMA.
Putting meth in different forms.
Yeah. Meth with a touch on.
They're making meth without the battery acid and all the other crazy stuff the hillbillies be putting in it.
Battery acid.
That's that Walter White.
That's a real ingredient, yeah.
Oh, man. I usually joke when I say shit like sheet metal and be like, oh, battery acid.
Like, if you look at what they use to make a meth, it's literally just random chemicals. It's almost like somebody just went to like an Ace Hardware store and was like, all right, we're just going to take everything from the aisle and throw it into the oven. Essentially,
damn, dude,
it's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. Wow, that is I had never known that. I guess I never wanted to know. That's so scary to hear.
For me, I think I looked it up like back when Breaking Bad was big. I was curious, like, how do you make meth? Ingredients. not that I'm gonna make it, or
like renting an RV and stuff, like going on RV
websites. Looking up YouTube tutorials.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a quick little,
I can't see some exciting dude on YouTube like, in case anybody was inspired like I am. It's just like, dude.
So some of the stuff that's in there is like battery acid, drain cleaner, antifreeze,
dude.
So it's just like random.
All right, okay.
All the stuff that'll kill you.
Yeah. So how you don't die instantly.
What's most deadly?
So, quick question: Is this like how do I ask this question? Is this like you mentioned earlier, like the hillbilly version. Is this the hillbilly version or just the regular version that everybody would make, whether you have money or not?
Yeah, that's just what like you get on the street. That's what it is. Like the stuff that we saw in Breaking Bad. I don't know if you watched Breaking Bad or not, but he was essentially like bypassing all that stuff by using whatever that chemical was. I forgot what it, the details on that. But that's why it was coming out blue instead of the clear, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
gotcha. It's probably not actually based on actual science, but
but according to that logic, it was like he was doing it scientifically as opposed to like a basehead, and so that's why his product was so like sought after.
Yeah. Why is your face red, man? You waste that.
And it's okay because we thought he was dying. It's all right.
Yeah. Hell of a way to spin a story, man.
So speaking of dying, and people putting themselves in danger.
Perfect.
Thank you. I try.
That was a perfect segue with the Gatling gun on it.
That's what killed Walter White. And so today's
make all connections.
Let's say today's news story that we're gonna dive into. Florida man wins $10,000 for capturing the most invasive snakes in the state Python Challenge. And obviously, this is in Florida. And so
y'all didn't know about the Python Challenge?
Now my big thing is when I first read this, I was like the most invasive, and I was doing a comparative, as in like there's some snakes that are more invasive than others, but not as in the number of snakes that are being invasive.
That's a good point. You talking about like percentage wise instead of volume? Like is that what you're saying?
I realized like, oh, it's saying like he caught the most as far as quantity.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't matter specifics. It's just he caught a bunch of them.
When I read it, I was like, wait a minute, like there's a kind of snake that's like, no, I'm fucking up homes. Like I'll fuck these wood shit. I'm gonna find buildings and I'm going there.
Yeah. So it's like, I got you.
And so, Palmetto Bay's Matthew Conception, or Concepcion, defeated in Mortal Kombat over 1,000 participants.
Mortal Kombat.
And with flags. It was crowned 2022 Florida Python Challenge. So yeah, my man's 19 years old. I'm gonna throw out the random facts. He won $10,000. Apparently he's been python hunting for around 5 years. In his first year he won, he captured 28 pythons in 10 days.
Damn.
2.8 a day.
Thank you for that, man.
Did he do a fatality?
And so the longest python capture was 11 feet, about 11 and a quarter inches, 11 feet quarter inches, and was captured by Dustin the Wild Man Crumb. Shout out to him. He was awarded $1,500 for the feat. Dust Crumb.
You said 1,500.
Yeah, 1,500 for capturing the longest one. got that long one, and then
guy level. Okay.
Here's the stat that fucked me up. Different estimates say that the total amount of snakes in Florida range between lows of tens of thousands and highs of 300,000.
So are they saying like species of snakes or just those pythons?
Python.
Okay. I assume snakes, period. But
that's my guess.
Because it wasn't specific. But I'm saying if it's saying like, we got tens of thousands to 300,000 snakes, so it's most likely that some of these motherfuckers gonna be in your homes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Somebody call Ricky Tikki Tavi, man. Somebody call him. Call him up.
Yeah.
Hit him up, man.
So let me pose this first question to y'all. Would you participate in this? I was talking
What
about saying
weapons
hell
are we
no.
using?
You coming to know what the fucking
Like,
Halo
are we
sword?
using like futuristic, like
What
heat
weapons are
seeking,
allowed?
like type?
I do wonder too. Like, do they have to be alive? Like, do you have to preserve them?
sure.
Can you kill them?
Well, I've seen people use those poles with the little hooks or whatever on it enough to like,
Right.
because all you got as long as you keep their head at bay, you got them, and then you know you bag them you bag them up real quick.
Mhm.
You know, just do that.
Yeah, but pythons are huge. They're not gonna. They're not gonna care about that little stick.
11 feet.
Yeah,
11
I'm
feet.
just thinking of like,
team.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like you don't need like great tools to keep their head at bay. It's just a matter of getting enough people to get the rest of it. Oh my God, man.
There's so many ways to say that.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah. I'm gonna let somebody else take this one. So my quick answer is
I probably wouldn't.
I feel like I feel like I would try it, man. I would try
Hell
it.
no.
Here's what I would do though. Like I would get I would get somebody to train me real quick. Obviously, I wouldn't just go in that motherfucker blind. You know, train me up real quick, give it a try. You know, once I lose, I can say I did it. I can say I tried this shit.
So here's the thing. You said train me up real quick like these ain't 10-foot pythons. It's like once I lose ain't
what
like,
type of training
man.
can we?
like lose ain't like, oh man, didn't catch this when it got away. No, this motherfucker is going to wrap you up, squeeze and or bite. Like these are villainous creatures.
Well, I'm assuming they're not like going head on. I'm assuming they're not approaching this thing head on, man. I don't know.
Out here for
Like
a while.
all the
real.
pythons line up on this side. And all the
Yeah,
people line up on
exactly.
this.
Yeah, like some
Like it's a
fucking
dodgeball
like some
metaphor.
Civil War. I'm like, I feel like
World War I style.
I feel like if you get the technique down right, it's probably easier to catch one, at least one, than we think.
Yeah. For me, for me, my biggest fear wouldn't even. It would be like if I knew I can go into the Everglades and not worry about stepping on like the tail of something, then I'd be like, okay, maybe. But they could just be hidden in like the undergrowth somewhere, and like I'll be scared of the element of
surprise.
not knowing exactly. That would be my fear. These things are quick. Well, snakes in general are quick. So
bro,
that'd be my biggest fear, really.
Hey, to your point, Adam, I just saw a video of like the sand rattlesnake or whatever that literally buries itself under the sand. There's no fucking way without having seen hundreds or thousands of them that you can pick that out. Like no one's scouring the fucking sand to that degree, dog. That's just an unfair advantage that those motherfuckers have, man. It's unfair.
I mean, the she owned us.
I guess you're right.
Old clip. Old clip. Do y'all remember the one with I think it was like a ferret or something running from like a mountain of snakes that Snoop was like commenting on? Like he was like narrating.
Oh, yes. It's hilarious.
So I'm not that ferret. Like I just know if like
it was a lizard, I think. Yeah.
It was a lizard. Yeah, lizard. It was a lizard. But I'm just like, yo, I'm not putting myself in that kind of danger. I'll put myself in plenty of kinds of danger, but it's like danger to me, not danger from that. Like I will jump out of a plane. I will. If a day comes where I'm like, all right, if I die today, I'm really good. I'm base jumping. I'm putting on that flying squirrel suit, and I'm out and hoping for the best.
I got a question about that. Is that actually is sensational, but is that actually more dangerous?
Nah.
Wait, what?
Because how many people die from going up there, signing up to jump out of a plane or helicopter, whatever, it's dangerous in the sense that it seems scary, but in the sense that, it's precautions in doing it.
I mean,
Yeah, I see what you're
You
saying.
feel what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's like the whole like more accidents, people die from driving than actually flying, but we know. Yeah.
Well,
But
I think
most
for
folks
me,
are probably scared of flying. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
no, you good. The differentiation I find is like base jumping is way different than skydiving. Like skydiving, you get a parachute, you're gonna float the fuck down. Base jumping is like, I'm going torpedo through the fucking air. No, that's like,
Oh, you got that suit with the
like
I see.
that flying squirrel suit where you're like,
that's the most dangerous. Yeah, you're right.
Like
aside from mountain biking, which is probably up there with it too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
bro, those dudes who get like dropped from a helicopter on top of a mountain to snowboard down is crazy too. Like it's just so much.
Oh yeah, that's pretty dope though.
Like avalanches behind them. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not trying to name off every dangerous
sport. I kind of derailed us there. I just had to ask that.
No, that's fine.
I forgot what we were going towards.
So mainly, would you do this? And I'll even throw out the opposing now because I think everybody chimed in. And if you didn't, speak up. And moving on.
If we would do it or not?
Yeah, if you would do it or not.
I missed. Did they have like weapons, like devices? Like,
I assume it's up to you. I don't think they're like government issued. Like you got to build your own shit. But they didn't say whether or not like Concepcion, he had his hook and his machete, and then what was his name? Dick Crumb, something like that.
Dust Crumb. Yeah, Dust Crumb. Dusty Crumb.
But Dick Crumb will do. Dick Crumb will do.
I bet he would. I bet he
would. But no, I don't. They didn't necessarily say like this was what was in this person's inventory and this was that. They didn't say.
Okay,
I'm gonna exploit that. My bad.
No. I was just about to say like to that point and in regards to your question, one, like how many snakes died because people like almost got killed and they just like folks were feeling like their life was threatened and they killed the snake.
That's the point.
And also here's the thing though, like does it count? It only counts if the snake is still alive once you capture it, right?
That's what I'm saying. We don't know
because this snake's probably dead. Honestly,
yeah. Like, I don't think
I'm saying like once you capture it, like or
I don't think they care whether or not the snake is dead or alive.
Okay.
Just bring the body.
The point. The point of hunting invasive species is to kill them.
Yeah, because they're more of a what do you call it? Pest to the
yes. Okay,
that's what they do. Like they do it to a bunch of different types of
like warthogs
in the South. The hogs. Yeah.
Texas, man, they just be going crazy.
It's like an ecosystem
they don't take
thing, right?
them to like a field or something.
But it's like if folks have given them shit because sometimes like folks have debated that because it is an ecosystem thing, the same with deer and stuff. Yeah. But folks have issues with how they do it. Like what they'll do is just go up in a helicopter and take like a machine gun and just fucking pick them off. Cause like they have, some people do that. And it's like they have it's like with fishing. Like I remember folks used to come up to my aunt's property and be like, yo, can we fish in your creek? And we were like, yes, at first, but then we went down there and they weren't even like giving the fish a chance to get away. They would like stand right over it and do boom and like just fucking, naked spirit. It's like you're not even giving it. It's not hunting. If the other one, it's not hunting. So I went to see Trevor Noah, and he had an opener who made a really funny joke to me. He was talking about folks hunting in North Carolina and just the South in general, and he was like, and like how people put that on like Sports Center and shit. And take pictures next to the thing they hunted. And he was like, yo, is it really a sport if the other team doesn't know they're playing? I thought that was really good. If you're just standing above them with a fucking spear, that's not fishing. Give it a chance to say you actually are a good fisher or not.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So slight detour. What's an animal that you feel like you could hunt if it ever became an invasive species? Or would hunt? Could or would, either one.
Raccoons.
Really?
Nah, man.
Yeah. I've already killed two.
Raccoons are cool.
That's why I say that.
I want to hear you elaborate, Adam. No, hey, those motherfuckers are dangerous too, though.
Yeah, they are. Well, I mean, I won't go into too much detail because it's not my place, but just I mean, as you know, they're very invasive. Like like the under part of houses, like where like there's like a gutter, but there's like whatever that thing is called. Yeah, but it's like it's all around the house, but it's like that area under. I don't even know what it's called, but
Oh,
it has to do with like fascia.
Yeah,
that's fascia. I thought that was muscles.
No, fascia.
Well, too, but
fascia is like the gutter. It's part of a gutter.
Yeah, but regardless,
I can't remember.
Torn all of that stuff down. So okay. So I'm gonna warn viewers. The next part of the story is involves violence. So anyway, I was driving.
Content warning.
So I'm pulling up to the house, and I see one of the raccoons like in like the driveway. I'm like, I got you now. So at the time, when I was living in Indiana, I actually used to keep a gun in my truck because it's Indiana. Why not? So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna take on one of these because they're turning up the house. So I get the gun, I run after the raccoon, but it obviously is faster than me, and I lose it. So I'm like, all right, and then I need to detail that there was snow. This was like after a pretty big snow actually. So there's like snow up to like probably my knees when I get into the backyard because we're not plowing or shoveling the backyard. It's just grass. So I'm walking around looking for this thing, and then I see it. It's actually crawling up the house, like on the gutter. So I see it and I just, run up to it and do a thing or two. So that was one time. So I feel very comfortable with these things because they're beasts and they terrorize homes and cause thousands of dollars in damage. So I wouldn't
beast of burden.
I wouldn't have an issue with those critters, and they are, people are scared of them because they're feisty and stuff. But I mean, I'm not. I've come face to face with these things. I'm not scared of them anymore. So.
Raccoons are highly intelligent.
They are. They are. We tried to set traps for them too, and we've caught some of them, and we caught possums in that thing, cats. So, but and I would just drive X amount of miles, just release them.
Yeah, I heard they can always find their way back if you don't take them at least 30 or 50, something crazy.
Oh wow, that's like
miles.
But they were still snooping around. So
yeah,
I mean they're like really hard to deter, really.
He like hitchhiked back. Hitchhiked back into town.
He was back by dinner time.
Yeah.
Yo, the word is soffit though. The underside, soffit. That's the underside of the
soffit.
Yeah, right. Fascia is the face. Obviously, I don't know what I was.
Yeah.
Face of the gutter.
And Marco, what you hunting? Or do you have anything in mind? Or you're like, nah, man, I want to protect all life.
That's fair.
I mean, it outnumbers us. We gotta learn to cohabitate.
Mm-hmm. I definitely would like to protect all life, but I also understand keeping them in control. Like like what Adam's saying, like there's some moments where you got to keep them in control, man. Like the ecosystem is the way it is. Like you gotta keep shit at bay. So I understand.
Yeah. I look at it.
Go ahead.
I was just to kind of justify myself a little bit more. I'll look at it like this. If I was to walk into a den of wolves or bears, they're gonna attack me because they're like, this is an intruder. We're trying to protect what we got going on here. I look at that the same way. If you're coming to the house and you're tearing up stuff, money's hard to come up with around these days. So
true.
You're not about to come to the house, tear it up, whether you're a raccoon or a human. So
yeah. And like even in nature too, like I understand why folks are allowed to hunt in certain parts of the season to keep to keep some balance to the ecosystem.
Self-preservation.
Yeah, like I wish there was another way. I would like for instance in Washington, there were these wild like mountain goats that were like just fucking like crazy. And like to the point where like they were even chasing some hikers off of the trails that I used to frequent. And for some reason, they found it necessary, and I guess they had the resources and everything to excavate them instead of killing them all. Like they moved them to like the Cascades. So I love that idea if you can do it. I just don't know that we have the ability to do that all the time with like deer and different things. And folks, especially if you're going to hunt them, I'm not some fucking activist, by the way. If you're going to hunt them, use all of it. Find a way to use all of it. That's a better way than, and to the point of that opener for Trevor Noah. I've never been a fan of motherfuckers like taking pictures by the lion and shit and the bears. Like, if you didn't have that fucking gun 10 miles away where you shot it, you would not have a fucking chance. Don't act like the big man now. Come on, man. But that's my rant. My bad. I'm off topic, dog. I'm sorry.
I've always thought that was weird, though. It's like on one hand, I get it. You're proud of your kill or whatever.
Yeah,
there's a bit of psychoticness to that to me, though.
You didn't do nothing. You had a high-powered rifle from a very safe distance,
from 400 feet away.
you was up in a tree, fam. You can't.
Covered in deer piss.
Bro. It's like my thing is, don't act like Russell Crowe in Gladiator if you had a fucking high-powered rifle. That's all I'm saying.
For me, like honestly, regardless of that, it just looks weird to me. Like you're holding this dead, deer up by the antlers with a smile on your face. It just, and I get it. You're feeding your family for the winter. Fine, I got you. But
some of them are. Some of them are those rich people who go there and like. And I shouldn't even say safaris. I shouldn't even say rich. It doesn't matter that they're rich. I'm saying that because I think that matters because they have the money to pay off the poachers or whatever. They have the money to actually make those kind of kills, spend hundreds of thousands. That's why being rich matters. In this situation, but it's just fucked up. Like you don't care about hunting for the sake of hunting and actually utilizing all of the animal.
Yeah, they're doing it for the thrill of
that's
killing
whack,
something.
Man. That's whack.
Yeah.
Killing something more powerful than them. That's the thrill of it.
Those motherfuckers deserve to be smacked in front of their whole family, bro.
Yeah.
But I digress. Marcus, you can go ahead and
answer. Is these videos I found myself watching a while back of this guy, like he's on a farm, he owns a farm or whatever, and he has like this air, like pellet gun or whatever, that he kills rats on his property with, and he uses like this night vision in the video.
I saw that, bro.
Yeah, you can see his little eyes, and it's like you can see everything. Is actually kind of cool, but
it sounds like
it does look like Call of Duty.
Yeah, and you could just see the eyes, and they just go flat. Like it's pretty, pretty crazy.
I love how I just gave that rant. Now I'm laughing. But
I was gonna say like all the puppies, like all the cute puppies, like we don't need them. So that would be my answer. I know I was gonna make a lot of people mad.
Yeah, I was about to say we finna get it. We finna get some emails.
Episode 94 was the last episode.
We about to finally get some emails. Yo, what if that's what it took to actually get a lot of emails, man? Yeah. Folks actually caring and shit.
If they ever become invasive, nah,
man.
But yeah, my final answer would probably be those rats. Because
that's not a bad one.
I heard a stat that in New York, like the rat population has increased some wild percentage since the pandemic.
Oh, really?
Some crazy percentage. So
I wonder
maybe
what that correlation is.
That'll come into play soon. Huh?
That's fascinating. I'm trying to figure out like maybe because people stayed at home, that made them like more active. Like they had more
freedom.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I would imagine there's less food around.
That's what I was thinking too. But I mean, they eat anything, so it don't even matter. They still going through the trash regardless. But
you know what, man?
The only thing I think.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the only thing I think of is because I saw like a lot of articles and a lot of stuff coming out that during the heat of the pandemic, like a lot of eco things kind of just shifted a little bit, kind of went back to quote normal, I guess you could say.
Like less smog and shit.
Yeah.
Places.
Yeah.
So maybe the rat population, it did what it would have done if people weren't in New York for the last 200 years or however long, you know.
Hey,
Right.
just you know what though? You just reminded me of our climate debate on the previous episode. Did we just answer that a little bit and show that when people just stop fucking with shit for a little bit? You know? I guess we kind of answered that a little bit. It showed that we do really have an impact.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just running up into buildings and like doing some ratatouille type
stuff. Hey, I'm still trying to think.
But I got some stats though.
Yeah, go ahead.
My bad.
Yo, really quick though, can we all just agree that we should hunt roaches, man? Can we just all come together as one race and just hunt roaches, man?
Man, if Joe's apartment taught me anything, is that if you got roaches, don't fuck with them.
Wait, whose apartment?
There's a movie called Joe's Apartment.
Oh, I thought it was on you.
Oh no. It's like, if you got roaches and they know about each other, they gonna sing and dance and fuck you up.
Hit us with those stats, Marco.
Okay. It says it is kind of weird that they monitor, like, how do you monitor this? But anyway, during the month following lockdown, the overall number of reports decreased by 30% in New York while increasing 24% in Tokyo. But they said the overall, I guess it's 311 calls were increased exponentially, basically. Maybe people just bored and looking at rats out their window.
I would say maybe people had literally more time to like
be at home and notice that they.
Yeah. I don't know. That I'm really interested in that though. I don't know why. Like what? Like what would cause?
There's a whole article. I don't.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Look that up.
Word. I'm trying to think if there's anything I would legitimately date. Hunt. I say date.
It's not that type of podcast.
I was like, wait. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, that I would legitimately hunt.
Yeah, that's the wrong podcast, Josh. You want your guest appearance on the Swingers podcast is next week. It's next Wednesday, bro. The
bestiality.
Yeah, the King podcast. The King appearance is next week.
I set myself up for that. I don't know. I hate deer with a passion.
Really?
I need some explanation, or I don't. Yeah, please elaborate. I know.
Well,
no, they do destroy like crops and shit.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I ain't got no crops. We grew up in the fucking woods.
I mean,
so these motherfuckers would just like post up in my yard and like, but especially
square up.
A little bit, like they did not get scared when we would go out there.
They're aggressive, like bucks.
You sure those were the real ones?
Kill you.
Huh?
You know how they post up the fake deer in the yard a lot.
But I think especially because what was it? My last car before my current one, that motherfucker waited next to the street, like behind the bush, until I got there. Like it was no other cars around for so long, and it was as soon as I got right there that it ran out and took out the right side of my car.
Yeah, that's definitely some deer fuckery for sure.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
sure.
I kind of could get deer the fuck out of here, but otherwise, I'd say I get rid of all spiders, but that involves me like being near them, and so I already lose.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I've moved like so many dead deer. which is like
you just
I don't ever think about it
across dead deer.
No,
when I was I was on the toll road for a year,
right.
And that was like a big thing that we did. So I have a lot of experience with dead deer and deer and guts and splatter and stuff like that.
Were you guys at least able to use like a skid steer or something with like a bucket attachment or something to make it easy? Or
no,
like by hand?
No.
Oh damn.
Well, the trucks had a lift gate. That was pretty much it.
You had to get it out there.
Spatula
on the
scoop it off the ground.
Yeah, literally, some of them were like you cannot tell where the whole deer is. It's like been ran over or
oh man,
pieces everywhere, or you know, it was pretty disgusting.
I saw something like that the other day. That was as gross as it was also kind of funny. Because I'm assuming it was a squirrel that was roadkill, but it was so flat that the only thing that was like not flat and puffy was the tail. So, the tail was just blowing in the wind, but the rest of the body is smashed to the ground. Like that's odd looking, but that's kind of cartoonish.
Yeah, it does. It reminded me of that.
I just think that's
like
that
Looney Tunes or something.
You're probably about to say the same thing.
Or that Ice Age movie. Where the squirrel was stuck in the ice.
I was just about to say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
That's like perfect, bro. That's like perfect.
That reminds me of that squirrel. Like that's something he would have did. That's something he would have did.
Willing to risk it all, son.
Oh man.
Why did they like in cartoons? Especially like the earlier cartoons kind of desensitize us to like
pain,
killing animals like that. Like we don't care. Like blow his head off and it just do some type of weird thing, like spin around or something like that.
I think it's a whole thing of like because it gets so much more sensitive when the animation is humans, and then they're like, oh, it's now relatable, but as long as it doesn't look like a human and they okay with it. Plus, 90% of motherfuckers are meat eaters. So they're like, oh, kill that chicken. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I like that assessment, Josh. Yeah. I feel that. I feel that in every bit
I could be very wrong.
Every bit of myself.
That's my initial thought.
Yeah. I feel like that makes sense.
On a similar note of like we talking about animals and them being invasive. What if like saber-toothed tigers were still around? Do you think that like we have sympathy for them now because we never witnessed them? But what if they were still around and they were invasive? Would y'all be able to try to do something? Like I know those are like super vicious, huge.
I think if saber-tooth tigers are still around, technically we're being invasive because we are no longer the apex predator in this situation. There's a 12-foot tiger going around town. Yeah, they run this shit.
Yeah,
I just want to see what the people will say, like if they had to answer to killing off these animals. I'm sure it happened over a long period of time, but at the same time, like, can y'all slow down on the woolly mammoth spears?
No, I feel you, man. I think that a lot of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say that I think that over time, a lot of folks would change their minds. Or like, man, I feel like the consensus would probably change their mind as these things took out more people. It'd be like, all right, we got sympathy, but we got to control this shit. I think it would eventually probably like level out to like, all right, if anything gets out of balance, we gotta unfortunately do what we thought was once impossible.
What about hippos, man? We ain't taking them out.
Extremely vicious.
And you also gotta be able to look at
and
what you have to look at.
Tell them who's boss.
No. You gotta like before you take this thing or too many of this thing out, you gotta look at how it will affect everything else. Because some insects, some animals, and some insects, well, a lot of us in nature, they all need each other to some degree. So you have to pay attention to what that does, before you.
Yeah. It just depends. Like, for example, so there's carp in the Chicago River.
Yeah.
But they weren't there naturally. They were brought here. I don't know when, but a couple hundred years ago. So, and they're a pest and they mess up stuff and they destroy things. And they're like impossible to get rid of now because they're just been there for for so many years.
Huh.
And the thing is, if you look just around the world, like where like humans brought animals from different places to other places, whether it's to raise them to eat, or whether it's just to domesticate them, or whatever the reason. Typically, when you bring animals from one place to another, they almost always ruin the local ecosystem because they weren't meant to be there. So, and unfortunately, when it happens, you have people in today's, people in 2022 are like, don't kill them because don't kill animals, and I get that. It's unfortunate though, because somebody 150 years ago brought it here, not knowing it was going to destroy they didn't know it was going to mess up the ecosystem, but now we're here and now we got to do something about it. But now you're in a sticky situation because like, well, we don't want to kill the animals, but it's also messing up our stuff. So it's just like,
that's so true. And you know what? You kind of got to think about too, like whose idea of balance and of who has the best idea of what a good ecosystem is and balance, because we were the ones who came in so long ago to tear down a lot of the fucking forests and woods for agriculture. So who's really at fault? So how do we know we're really not just saying we want this ecosystem to be balanced for our agenda?
That's exactly what we typically do.
So
it's like it's kind of like that debate can go on forever because it's like who's has the right idea on.
We can't listen to the people whose idea is just to let shit happen.
There
aren't many old growth forests anymore that haven't been touched by humans. It's crazy.
But I think it's a thing of if there are people who's environmentalist lawyers and all that kind of stuff. It's their job to know what's necessary to whatever that ecosystem is.
Yeah.
And so
I think based on how it is now, based on what we have, what's the best way to go?
Just based on what exists. If something is an endangered species and there's nothing about the current ecosystem that can help them, then they, move them to a place where they can either be served or just track them to try to, get them to breed or whatnot. But if it's a whole thing of like, oh, these are the different kinds of mosquitoes that exist here. These are the kind of, wolves, cats, etc. Like, and they need these particular deer. These deer need this plant. So we got to make sure like that plant still has this environment to be able to grow in so that deer can be fed, that deer gets fed, that wolf gets fed.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when we ask the question, like, who dictates it or who's to say like this, who's the person we should listen to? I'm like, it's kind of them. They're the ones who are studying it.
Yeah,
them.
I think so. I'm just saying, like, if you think about how a lot of things are debated, like in moral and ethical reasons, I was kind of saying like that there's two. There's one thing that's based off of data and like, how do we move forward? Like, how do we take action based off the data of what we know and what's best based on what we have now and how things are? I think I was speaking towards the other side of like, if we had animals that we have sympathy for now, if they were there doing the same thing, with the moral and ethical debate be different, and like you would kind of have to say, well, who started it? Who came over originally and fucked shit up? But
True. And then you get them untouched civilizations, in the Amazon where people show up like, hey, how you doing? And they kill them motherfuckers on site.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, maybe we don't need to be there, man. Just leave them alone. Leave them alone, man.
Anytime I read a story about some traveler getting killed because they tried to go talk to a completely untouched civilization that's been living in the Galapagos Islands for the past 3 centuries, I'm like, yeah, you deserve to die. They told you leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah. Now, if you just stumbled in there and didn't know, you're like, oh, my bad. That's one thing. If you was just traveling, you're like, oh shit, okay. But if you get to like messing with stuff,
yeah,
that's an interesting subject. Yeah, with the missionaries and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's kind of. I could go a long time talking about this, but like
we can save that for another one.
I think that would be a really good topic, though.
One little blanket statement that is just kind of crazy that they people go into these places to try to introduce something to them that they may ultimately think can help them, but maybe they're not informed as to what these people stand for.
Mm-hmm.
And you think you're doing something righteous, but you are putting yourself and them in danger as well. But it's crazy that that happens.
Just absolutely rude, like
yeah.
I mean, yes, for lack of a better term. I mean, but it's
that tired ass colonizer shit where you're like, oh, because they don't live the way that we do, they must be primitive savages, et cetera, et cetera. You know nothing about them or their culture or how they live their lives, what they believe in. You're not learning any of that kind of shit. You're like, oh, let me bring whatever we believe makes society right.
Yeah, good intentions do not mean clarity. That's for sure. That is for sure.
Them coming there could actually be perceived as like y'all trying to come colonize and take shit over. So, and they wouldn't be too far off, in my
humble opinion, that's exactly what the fuck they're doing. Most Christian missionaries that go over to African countries talking about, oh yeah, we're building this and all that kind of stuff. You're just colonizing
trying to get
area.
more money. You're trying to get money from them, even though they're ravaged by everything.
There's probably all types of tax write-offs they get and benefits and stuff for doing stuff like that.
Access to natural resources and all that kind of shit.
Hey, I just got one question though too. Are we blaming the Jews for this, or is Kanye wrong? I'm just kidding.
We're not talking about that nigga on this episode. We'll be right back after this. Thank you very much to our sponsors, Ribbed Wallet. Have your condom? No, Ribbed Wallet. It's the wallet for your condoms. Because as we know, you shouldn't keep condoms. We all face that thing in our adolescence. We put condoms in our old wallets, and then they get, blessedly, we didn't have kids. I mean, Marcus did eventually, but he wasn't strapping up during those times. And so, it's the thing of, it's a wallet made for your condoms. It's a wallet for her pleasure. Ribbed Wallet. It is not what's the acronym? RFID protected. They are made out of latex. It's a protected latex, and so it doesn't like drip into the rest of your stuff, but it does protect your cards. And
does the condom the wallet double as a condom since it's made out of latex? Just if you run out, you could just use the actual wallet.
You can use the actual wallet, but then it's no good because you gotta toss it out. It's not reusable.
I was about to say, run it through the dishwasher real quick.
It's not the deposit you want to make it to your wallet typically.
Thank you to our sponsor.
I think we just upped the ante on the sponsorship right now.
Yo, Ribbed Wallet, we really appreciate
package.
One could say it would multiply if you deposited.
Yourself a Ribbed Wallet today. I always encourage people to strap up. I think people are wild reckless, but this whole fad of women being like, oh, do you like to be a Twinkie? Me too. And I'm like, yo, absolutely not. I don't care if your period ended yesterday. No. So get yourself a Ribbed Wallet today. Promo code HO. And welcome back. And so, final subject of the episode, fellas. I know I'm formally the only dancer on here, but I know y'all can get down with the best of them. I seen Aaron used to do this. You got so.
It was the
Ray Lewis dance.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. It was more arm. It was more thrusting. Yeah,
his arms would give like a Popeye situation, and his knees would click like the old plastic clapper thing from Navy Pier. And,
you definitely got that from Ray Lewis.
Yo, John. So you're saying I'm not creative? I got you.
The combination of it is completely.
No, Josh used to ask. Yeah, Josh used to enjoy that one For sure.
Oh man, that used to crack me up. Adam, I've seen his eyebrows move more on beat than your granny's granny. And and Marco got moves. So inside of this, we talking about
this AB move.
A, ooh, and B. Choices. Life's about choices.
Put your shit on. Put your shit on.
So I want to bring up 2 black men, prolifically musical in their own right, who've been hitting it real hard lately. Genuine and Maxwell, who the internet have kind of been going hard on because Genuine danced like your uncle's uncle, like my
Hit
man.
Us with the, what do you do?
Yeah.
he did the. It was the one that gets me is like the neck with the eyes.
Oh
like,
yeah.
He kind of had like the horizontal bobblehead situation, and
That's such
Maxwell, yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, that's like a toddler move. Like, that's something my daughter would do just to like, daddy, daddy.
Yeah, look what I did.
Hit you with the leg slide into the neck, man. I think the shit is smoother than silicone titties. And Maxwell dropping it like he trying to be the next stallion. Like he got the Megan knees, as they said.
Honestly, I didn't see the Maxwell dance, bro.
Yo, how old is he too? Man,
It gotta be 55.
I'm like Maxwell's in his 50s. Both these motherfuckers are all, like in their 50s, almost 60. And
hanging out with Luther Vandross and them. Yeah, he hanging out with the old fellas now.
He hit that drop down and get your eagle on, girl. And so the internet's kind of been going in on them. And I want to say personally, one, most of y'all are jealous of Maxwell because y'all, most women are I didn't even say most women. Most people who have ever roasted Maxwell on this is jealous because they ain't got knees like that. Especially, I ain't got knees like that. I can't do that shit for a long time. That shit was amazing. And as far as Genuine is concerned, I was like, yo, man, y'all can get on him, but brother is smooth.
What you, Josh, what you feel about Megan Thee Stallion knees? Are they as legendary as people try to make them seem?
I mean, I don't have a first-hand account. I get the metaphor of them, if you will, is that if one thing, it's 2 things I know Megan can do. Megan can rap. It ain't music for me, but I do respect that she can rap.
She can rap. She can rap one style. Come on, she has one flow.
I'm not.
He said can, not can't. Right? You said
I'm saying can. I'm saying she has the ability to rap. Yeah. She has more rap capability than some people I've heard. Yeah. But I don't care that I'm not disagreeing with you that all her songs sound the same to me. It ain't for me. I ain't the audience. But what I do know she can also do that she is very talented at is throw ass.
Yes.
She can throw
most definitely.
She can throw ass with the best of them. And because of the ways that she could throw ass at a subterranean level, like she can make her hamstrings touch her heels while still throwing ass, and that is not a feat that your average woman can do. And granted, she's only like 24 or something like that, so she got young knees.
For real?
But, yeah, she's like mad young.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Ignorant and mad. Yeah. She's not ignorant. I was just.
But yo, I would go to say that her tendons probably are elite level. if we gonna get technical about her,
I think that's a joint more than it is a tendon. But sure,
I think there's nothing figmental about them tendons.
The tendons important for knees.
Absolutely. She's 27. My bad. She's 27, but still,
that's pretty fresh.
I think what makes it impressive is her size. When I say size, I don't mean like she's big. I mean,
but she's thick as fuck.
She's tall. She's like what, 6 feet? She got to be like
5'10".
okay, 5'10". She's got to be like,
But she's still tall for a woman, but still.
Yeah, she's like probably what, like one, I don't know.
I mean, she's
71.
Yeah.
I don't even think she's
She's
that
the
much.
stallion.
Yeah, she's about one fine ass woman.
I'm saying
No.
that's what makes it look like. How are you doing that? Because she doesn't look like the 5'2" person, that walking down the street. Like,
Yeah.
it would be less impressive. Like, it's like John Morant dunking. He's 6'3", so it looks ridiculous when versus somebody being 6'10".
Can we please put in that Twitter video out? There's a Twitter video of somebody like laying down in the air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
His ability to jump it's
ridiculous.
It's crazy, man. I'm not saying he's the only 6'3" guy that can jump like that, but
the fact that he's my height,
it's been a minute.
And as far as the NBA is concerned, I'm not tall.
Exactly. It's been a minute since we've seen a guy that small be able to jump like that. It's been a while, so it's a pleasure to see highlights of this dude every day, like just like jumping over people, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though, man. About Meg. She's definitely doesn't look like that. She should be like spiking a volleyball or something.
Exactly.
She might have. Who knows?
Yeah.
But do y'all got any thoughts and feelings on this whole Maxwell Genuine situation? Do you think old niggas need to sit down?
Nah, man. Nah, do it till you lose
thing.
it. Do it till you lose it, man. I can't really speak much on Maxwell, but on as far as Genuine, I mean, like Josh said, smooth. My man is too smooth. I'm rocking with anybody who made Pony and So Anxious to the, you know what I'm saying, to the casket dips. So
no, I think it's cool. I mean, I think to me it looks funny, but it's the thing that Maxwell was doing legitimately was impressive. Like we've all stated. Turns out he's 49 and Genuine is 52. But regardless, that's still
really
still, yeah. But that's
wow.
Yeah, I think they should keep doing it, man. As long as they're having fun, their audience is having a good time.
They're always enjoying it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The internet's just being the internet. But yeah, Marco.
Yeah, that's what I like about it the most is that people just are able to laugh at it instead of, shun. Not that there would be acceptable anywhere to shun somebody for bad, if what could be perceived as bad dance moves. Nobody cares that much, but
yeah, I
couldn't see an alternate universe where people are outraged by this. But ultimately, do your thing, man. I honestly don't remember Maxwell being too known for his dance moves, except in that one video where like skin is everywhere and there's like a lot of gyrating going on. But
what video was
that? Dang, what's that song? It's gonna hurt me if I don't remember.
Yeah, we can put it in the post if not. But I always say we anyway, like I do in this setting. But yeah.
I don't think Maxwell was ever too known. Well, I will say as much as Genuine was for his dance moves. So I mean, they don't look very different. Maybe during this era, they may look kind of goofy, but those moves look kind of the same as what they used to do. So,
when I first saw the Maxwell post, somebody said, "I can't name one Maxwell song that warrants this kind of movement." And I think that's a funny sentiment.
Really?
But then I mean, because Maxwell didn't really make like dance tracks like that, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh no, not dance. Yeah,
but
I thought you meant like like sexy, sultry, not sultry, but like kind of
yeah, sure, but
sexy dance. Sexy dance.
My man was throwing it in cylinders. And so I don't know. I want to believe anyway that as things progress and all of that kind of stuff, and more of these old school R&B stars grow, that maybe hopefully in a perfect world, if not a figmental world, that
figmental, imaginary, invented, or fantasized,
they can just be able to do this shit, make their money, people laugh, or people, can appreciate that man 49 years old and his knees still work better than some of y'all 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
So
the video was "Let's Not Play the Game." That song. It was like, yeah.
I ain't thought about that.
Didn't mean to interrupt. Just had to insert that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, these men that old and they still rocking like that, man. Do your thing.
I didn't know that Genuine was older than Maxwell. I would not have thought that.
Same.
They must have started. He must have started earlier.
Yeah,
possibly.
I'm gonna listen to that fool in the shower tonight, man. I didn't know that.
I always forget, like, a lot of those R&B singers back then. Like, a lot of them,
bust my shit, bro.
Like, a lot of them were starting like when they were teenagers. Like, I always forget that. Like Usher, Tevin Campbell, like all those dudes, they were like teens when they started.
Yeah, I hope you got a shower mat.
I'm only busting that move in a Figmental world anyway. So
I can't remember if it was 20 or 25. I think it might have been 25 that My Way just hit 25 years.
Oh wow.
Nah, I do know that he was super young when he was.
Yeah, he was about 17, 18. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, you 17. What is your way exactly, man? You 17.
The first time.
That's
my way. Confusion. Confusion is my way.
We're gonna wrap it up there. Thank y'all for joining us for another episode of the InforMILly Honest Podcast. You can always write us informallyyhonestpodcast@gmail.com. You can always hit us up on any of our social medias, InforMILly Honest everywhere except Twitter. That's InforMILly_HP. We love you. We appreciate you.
Hit us up at P.O. Box.
P.O.
308. No.
Fellas, you got any last thoughts?
Nope.
Go. Signing off then. Every conversation that you have, every connection you make, and every person that you encounter, we encourage, empower, and implore you to always be forthright, be vulnerable, and always be
so anxious.
honest.
That's perfect.
Peace.
Yeah. Peace, world. Thanks for listening.
You know I'm a part of Holic.